Okay, so here we're looking at my 1969 Subaru 360. I've aptly named this car my Scorpion because it has a Abarth Scorpion on the hood, and it's really fast in this Subaru 360 world. In fact, I believe it holds the world's fastest for the time being. And last night was my work late at work night, and I needed to get some stuff done. Doing some basic maintenance on my Subaru 360. A couple things I wanted to show. Subaru 360s are notorious for having leaky brakes, and of course brake fluid is corrosive. So you can see that, but I just redid the floorboards in here. I didn't weld in new ones. What I did is I ground down the ones that were here. They were really rusted. All the paint was peeling. They just looked bad, and I don't want to lose my floorboards. So I spent some time, 2 or 3 hours, with a wire brush and a hand wire brush. I should say a power wire brush and a hand wire brush. I ground it all down to bare metal, and then cleaned it really good with waterborne paint prep, and then used 3 coats of SPI epoxy. And you can see it's a little whiter than the kind of the creamy or the gray car, the original paint, but it's epoxy, so in 7 days it hardens like concrete, and it'll be really nice. It's a good floor protection. You can see there under the seat there. That's somewhat what it used to look like. Kind of nasty, but this was really bad. And for your heels, there's a really large pedal box there. You can see it's really important that you have a good solid floor, otherwise you can't really drive. Your heels are going through the floor like a Flintstone car. And you can see I slopped a little bit. I did brush it on with a foam brush and made it look pretty smooth. You don't see any brush strokes per se. It almost looks sprayed, but I did get some, some excess on the pedal there and on the spring, and I'm going to clean that off and make it look good, detail it up a little bit. But I just needed something that I could do without restoring the car to restore these floorboards so that they're solid. And continuing with that theme, I did the same thing here under the front trunk. You can see where the brake fluid bottle is. Over time, it's leaked or sweated, and it peeled all the paint off. So what I did is same type of thing. Took a wire brush, cleaned it up really good. It was really corroded down there where that shock is. Actually, that's a torsion bar mount, but it is now looking a lot better. It looked pretty corroded, somewhat like that before, and I know that doesn't look great, but at least it's solid, and this will not be compromised from rust. And a couple other maintenance things. Brakes. If you own a 360, you know the brakes are pretty problematic. You always have to tinker with them. I had a weeping wheel cylinder on this side, and it's typical. There's 2 wheel cylinders per side on the front of a 360. They're blind hole. They're very special. You cannot adapt them to anything else. And they tend to weep. The bores get hogged out from rebuilding them. Luckily in our club we have a fella named Old One who has had some new seals made up. They're a little larger, a little more springier, made out of different material, and they weep less. So I've just upgraded the front brakes with weep less wheel cylinder cups. Try to say that 5 times fast. And last but not least, this car is equipped with flamethrowers, believe it or not, and I needed a new switch. You can't see here what I've done here. This is my activation button for my flamethrowers, and the ignition is not on, so we're not shooting flames as I press my button. But I had this button just laying basically loose here next to the knob so that I could shoot flames. Usually works good between shifts, and I'll do a video on that soon. I took this, this is just a PVC T for, I believe, a sprinkler system. It works perfect. It gives just enough spacing so that when my hand's on the lever, I can touch it with my fingers. The switch is supported, the wires are protected. It works really great. It looks a little goofy, but you know what? I like to have my fun. So I've upgraded my flamethrowers. All the nuts and bolts for my flamethrowers are in there. That's the whole relay system for how it all works. And a lot of people don't believe that it works until they set the asphalt on fire. I might do that for you sometime, but right now I'm letting the paint cure. And let's see, what else am I going to do? I'm going to adjust the rear brakes. Like I said, brakes always need attention. Between the leaks at the master cylinder, the reservoir, and the wheels, you've always got something going on. This car is equipped with stainless steel brake lines. And I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to turn this off. Thanks for watching, and checking out my super Subaru 360. Have it on the road here soon, and we can go for a ride. Thanks for watching.